Hello everyone, I'm Isaac Arsenal. I'm a freshman at the University of Arkansas who is going to be introducing you to a very special piece of art history. The artwork that I will be displaying in this video is an Egyptian limestone bust called the Bust of Nefertiti. This bust is located at the US Museum in Berlin, Germany. It was originally thought to be created by the artist and sculptor Thutmose, who was born in the 14th century in Egypt. Being a historical relic, the Bust of Nefertiti has a long history associated with it. It originates from the year 1345 in Amarna, Egypt. The sculptor Thutmose created the bust after the Queen of Egypt at the time, Nefertiti. Furthermore, this bust is significant because it still has vibrant colors popping off of it, which is unheard of from a piece of art over 3,000 years old. This bust was excavated in 1912 at El Amarna by German archaeologist Ludwig Borchardt, who was fascinated by the astonishing queen. However, it is still unclear how this bust was ever transported back to Germany. It is believed that Thutmose actually only created the bust of Nefertiti to be a model for bigger projects to come later, evidenced by unfinished color plasters on the shoulders and the lack of a left eye, which will be discussed later. Thutmose also created a bust for Nefertiti's husband, Akhenaten, the king or pharaoh of Egypt during the Amarna period. However, this bust was badly damaged by iconoclasts. Thutmose was believed to be the official court sculptor for Akhenaten, doing many other works for him. Now let's analyze the bust itself. The Bust of Nefertiti is a striking bust featuring the head, cap-crown headdress, neck, and shoulders of the late Queen of Egypt. The bust stands at 47 centimeters from the bottom of the bust to the top of the cap-crown and weighs 44 pounds. It has an interior foundation of limestone with an outer stucco layer. Gypsum plaster covers most of the bust, which is the astonishing feature of the 3,000-year-old bust. The face of Nefertiti is beautifully stylized, containing different tones of darker skin colors, but still gives the viewer a great image of what Nefertiti would have looked like. Her face sits in a very serene position, giving off a feeling of power and assurance through the positioning of her dark red lips. Nefertiti's right eye is inlaid with crystal, while the pupil is attached using black beeswax. Her left eye is noticeably missing, which experts have theorized that the eye never existed in the first place. The individual black lines of hair on her eyebrows can also be seen with a keen eye. Both ears of Nefertiti have chipping damage on them, along with some of the plaster that is chipping away across her face and the rest of the bust. The headdress that Nefertiti is wearing is called a cap crown. It was made mostly of a characteristic Egyptian blue plaster with a golden ribbon band surrounding the cap crown. A tan sweatband is along Nefertiti's forehead, just below where the crown begins. The patterned golden strip that horizontally wraps around Nefertiti's crown is thought to be a ribbon, which ultimately joins in the back of the crown in a nice tie. The vertical line extending from the top of the crown to the bottom with two circles on either side, frontal to the ribbon, is what was called the uraeus. Originally, a cobra was thought to have extended from Nefertiti's cap crown, but apparently was broken off at some point. This is the bust's point of emphasis, as the area around where the uraeus would have been has the most color and design. Lastly, the bust also includes the neck and shoulder area of Nefertiti, which includes an elaborate necklace with striking patterns containing blue and yellow colors. Parts of the bust in this area, such as the sides and the corners, were not covered in plaster, but left unfinished. The bust of Nefertiti can also be understood through iconographic analysis. Historically, iconography was a massive part of Egyptian culture, and pictures and objects had many symbolic meanings associated with them. The bust actually served as a model for other projects. Egyptians are known for creating massive statues and tomb sculptures for glorifying pharaohs. Undoubtedly, Thutmose was using the bust of Nefertiti as a model to design statues of Nefertiti and her husband, Akhenaten. Despite Egyptians having gods, pharaohs were practically treated as gods themselves and served as links between mankind and deities. Having statues of the king and queen of Egypt served a role of power and divinity in Egypt. It is staggering how the color on the bust remained in almost perfect condition while being over 3,000 years old. The detail of the crystals in her eye, along with the tone that Thutmose was able to make in her skin, were significant details. I also loved the gold-colored ribbon going around her cap crown and the boldness of the entire crown itself. The overall symmetry of the bust also caught my eye. I believe that the bust of Nefertiti is easily one of the greatest pieces of art to come from the ancient Egyptian period.